I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius.
I understand that, and I promise you.
Hey YouTube family, how you doing? This is Rhonda with Rhonda Loves Life. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today we're going to discuss the Family Chantel. I don't know if you've seen today's episode, but if you do not want to know the highlights, you might want to turn off the video. But for those of you who've seen the episode or don't mind hearing the highlights, let me just tell you this. Today's episode was fire, okay? Chantel withdrew the $265,000 out of the account. Pedro finally got wind of it. Remember, he won a divorce and he moved into a new apartment. He wasn't in the apartment 24 hours before Chantel withdrew that money. He couldn't buy toilet paper or groceries. All I can say is, good job, Chantel. That's right. You got to put me first. That's what it's all about. Put me first. And Chantel did just that because Mama Karen taught her. Let's just say Pedro's mask is completely off now. Okay? He turned into an animal. He was driving around Atlanta for days looking for Chantel because Chantel cleaned that house out and the account. And because she's like, you want a divorce? This is it. He was so upset because he feels like half of that money should be his. Newsflash, Pedro. It was fraud in the inducement of that marriage. I believe you were committing fraud in the first place. The swanky, panky hustle or scam, you were doing that. You were part of that. Now the question is, now I posted another video. I got a picture I found on Reddit of Pedro on vacation with the lady Lauren. I think her name is Lauren. Where are my glasses? And you can check it out in my next video. But her name is Laura Delgado. She owns the real estate agent. And remember, Antonella, she was the one that we all thought that Pedro was involved with. But she's got a husband and a baby. I got a theory, but check out my next video because you're going to be shocked when you see the picture. But swinging back to this episode today, it was fire. Chantel's father got a chance to let Pedro know that, ask him if were you committing a scam on my daughter. Winter confronted Pedro too, and all Pedro could say is, I just want to talk to Chantel. You know something? I believe that Pedro was not only emotionally abusive, but he could have been physically abusive to Chantel behind closed doors. He looks like that type because his mask fell. He feels like that money is his, like he deserves it. You came to this country and married this girl under false pretenses. Now you think that you deserve $130,000? No. 6 years Chantel was taking care of you. She's on the hook for 4 more years because I guess apparently, according to immigration law, she is responsible for him. Her contract is a legal contract with the United States government. She's on the hook for 10 years. They were married 6 years. So she's on the hook for 4 more years. And now he's got to explain why was he cheating on her and abusing her, if Chantel can prove it, and I'm sure she can. Because she's not lying on him. And we can tell from his behavior that he wanted out of that marriage really bad. You know why? Because he saw that $265,000. And because he comes from a poorer country, he thought that $265,000 was like $265 million. $265,000, that's nothing in this country. Sorry. Think about it. Someone who makes a decent living, say upper middle class, could do $75,000, $80,000 a year, maybe. That would be 3 years' salary, gross. Okay? So Pedro must have thought he could just, he did not think, first of all, he did not think Chantel would take the money. Secondly, he thought that he was so rich because he had $265,000. He thought that he was so rich that he can just drop Chantel in this marriage and take off into the sunset. I believe that he is having an affair with somebody in that office. I think it's that Laura, the real estate owner. check out my next video because I've got a picture of Pedro on vacation with Antonella, her husband and the baby, and then Laura. They're in the picture. So check out this next video. You guys leave your comments in the chat. Let me know what you think of Pedro. He was a madman driving around Atlanta. Pedro, that money's not yours. Sorry, that's Chantel's money. Next time you try to scam somebody, you might want to think probably 5 or 6 steps ahead. You got to learn to read the chessboard. You got to read the chessboard. And you did not read it. You ended up dropping the bag, and now you are shit out of luck with no money and no wife and no extended family to support you. So your only options now is to what? Maybe you can hustle the lady that owns the real estate company, Laura, if you are messing around with her. Maybe you can convince her to take care of you. Or you can go out and find yourself another young girl who's, desperate for your attention. You will have no problem finding anyone, Pedro. But guess what? Chantel will find her love, and she will move on and have children and a life and get married and have a life that she deserves. And I'm looking so forward to it. All right, guys, thanks for watching my video. Let me know what you think in the chat, and I will chat with you soon. Love you. Ciao. Mwah.